When we were talking about just Wicked Part 1, we couldn't talk about the full breadth and meat of what this story actually is.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most thrillifying behind-the-scenes tidbits from Wicked for Good.
I'm sorry, all my contact came out.
It was a really cherished moment.
I loved scaring you.
Number 10. The right kind of yellow. As we saw in Part 1, finding a color that
It just says road to me.
is incredibly important. What we didn't get to see, however, was how they perfected the shade of yellow that screams road the loudest. According to Jon M, when we first saw his yellow brick road, it didn't seem yellow enough. Just because you see one thing with your eyes doesn't mean the camera captures it the same way. The yellow brick road is one of the most indelible visuals in movie history, so it had to be perfect.
I did not understand emotionally how it would feel until you have the yellow brick road in front of you. And you're like, oh shit, we're making Oz. That was like a surreal moment.
The team ended up working to the wire to ensure the brightness popped on screen just as it had all those years ago.
Follow the yellow brick, follow the yellow brick, follow the yellow brick road.
Number 9. Madame Morrible's choreography. One thing you may not know about Michelle Yeoh is that she comes from a dance background.
And I understand the rhythm and the emotion of what Madame Morrible can do.
This turned out to be quite helpful when she was trying to find her character's movements and how to convey so many layers of depth through hand gestures. She collaborated with choreographer Christopher Scott to come up with the movements Madame Morrible would conjure up when summoning a certain something.
She would just start to move with the influences from Tai Chi and from Kung Fu and martial arts, and through that, and then I do like a lot of finger tutting and hand stuff, and so I would just, we had never said it verbally, but it was like, she would go into that world and I would like work with her there, and then I would be like, and then like little things like that, she'd be like, oh, I like that.
They worked together on even the smallest styling to come up with these gestures that reflected so much of what they wanted to convey to the audience about the character. Of course, it helped having these grand, swishy sleeves that you just want to swoop around.
And of course, Paul had designed the most amazing dress that had these long, sleeves that I could flick in the air, which I did. And the effect was spectacular.
Number 8. The makeup process. How much time do you spend on your makeup routine? Granted, probably few of us get fully greenified as part of the process, but by the sounds of it, Cynthia Erivo's daily routine was more like an endurance test.
So every day was a 2-hour, 45 minutes to 3-hour makeup session. And then it was an hour and a half D-rig session. A D-rig is when everything comes off.
It would take around 3 hours to get her ready, and then about an hour and a half to get it all off at the end of the day. Oh, and did we mention that this was over a long period?
So from day 1 to day, I don't even know.
Yeah.
200 and something.
200 and something, yeah.
It was every day, 3 hours in a chair, sometimes more. Every day was an early day. Every day started between, I think my pickup was sometimes 4 a.m., 5 a.m.
Very often starting at times that most of us are still fast asleep. There's no denying Erivo looks phenomenal. But knowing she basically sacrificed sleep to give us that makes us love her even more.
It takes a second to wind down. I would always shower because the green gets everywhere.
Yeah.
So by the time I get to bed, it's like 12 and then I'm up at 3 a.m.
Number 7. Jon M's mood board. We'll cover how both parts of the movie were filmed later. For now, let's look at how Chu set the tone for each scene.
There was an opportunity to expand Wicked from the stage. So we could expand that world, expand the emotions of it.
For one thing, since the movie was shot out of sequence, it was important to make sure everyone was on the same page in terms of the emotions they wanted to convey. So he created an emotional buzzword for each scene to give everyone, from actors to designers to editors, a mood to work with.
It actually was an extremely technical feat to go back and forth, and we all had to be in complete cohesion and understanding of where we were in the story emotionally, and I had to have really have a lot of clarity of what we were trying to say.
While Part 1 had lots of big, flashy moments, For Good has a more intimate feel, which he created by getting his creative team, quote, out of the way so the scenes felt more honest.
In a movie, you can be 2 inches from her face. Oh yeah, you can be 10,000 feet above that moment. That's exciting.
Number 6. Where have we seen those sets before? In For Good, there are some fun callbacks to Part 1 tucked into the production design.
Is the book place. There's a collection of rare books around here somewhere, and some medium rare as well.
A few sets return in updated forms, including the governor's mansion, where small details from Shiz's library and Madame Morrible's quarters can be spotted. The Emerald City gets a redesign too, so it reflects the trio now running things: the Wizard, Madame Morrible, and Glinda.
It's more important than ever that you lift everyone's spirits. As only you can.
Even the train that first brought the leading ladies into the Emerald City shows up again, now fully Glindified. We have no doubt there's more to look out for too. All of it adds these nice touches that make the movies feel connected, and it's genuinely satisfying to catch them all.
You don't want to miss this.
Number 5. The Wonderful Wizard of the Wardrobe. Paul Tazwell, that's Oscar winner Paul Tazwell's costumes in Part 1 are outstanding. And he's back working his magic again on For Good.
There's an emotional arc that's created by the choices that I'm making as far as the clothes are concerned. They're different reflections of who these women are and what their style is. And as we move through their year, they're also emotionally changing.
You can read so much about these characters just by looking at what they wear. From the wizard's showman look to Madame Morrible's lightning-esque embellishments, to Glinda's wedding and bubble dresses. But pay close attention to Elphaba's outfit. You've seen it before. Kinda.
Everything that she chooses to wear is very intentional. It supports where she is emotionally and within her character.
Tazwell has brilliantly incorporated looks from her past to show her metamorphosis and how she's embraced the person she's become. Although Fierro certainly left his mark too. Erivo also used specific perfumes to ignite the emotions each scene demanded.
Perfume, so there's a scent that's specific to Elphaba at the very beginning. Then there's a scent for Elphaba at the end of the first film. And then there's a scent for Elphaba in the second movie.
Anyway, if Tazwell doesn't get another Oscar, we'll eat Elphaba's hat. Number 4. Writing the new songs. It sounds like the 2 new songs, No Place Like Home and The Girl in the Bubble, were real team efforts. Not just with their performers, but with Chu himself.
Such a beautiful life built on lies for the girl.
Just like he did with much of Stephen Schwartz and Winnie Holtzman's material, Chu seemed to push the composer to dig deeper into what the songs were trying to say.
Why do I love this place that's never loved me? But there's no place like home.
Schwartz would send musical voice notes, and Chu would come back with questions like, "Where are you going with that?" Or "What about this?" Together, they worked through all the what-ifs to create 2 songs that pull the audience into Elphaba and Glinda's minds, and give even more insight into their psyche than the stage runtime could ever allow.
We could go into more depth with the characters at certain points in the story, and there were a couple of places that felt like they needed to sing.
We'd also be remiss not to mention the intricate choreography that helped bring those emotional beats to the audience in those moments.
She was using her daughter's little toy dolls and her iPhone to choreograph the camera movement in and out.
way.
So technically it was just such a massive assignment, from making sure each step that I took matched on either side of the filming, and then emotionally it had to line up, and vocally it had to line up, and everyone had to kind of be very in sync.
Number 3. Ariana Grande loses a contact. If you've seen the show, you'll know there's a scene toward the end where Glinda has a revelation, which Madame Morrible quickly and fiercely shuts down. Chu apparently told Michelle Yeoh to unleash her biggest, scariest inner witch for this moment. In fact, he literally told her to, quote, scare the hell out of her co-star.
And I love when I look at you, you're like fresh and naive. And then Jon will come up to me and say, scare the hell out of Ariana. And I'm like, are you sure? She says, yes.
And she did. Maybe a little too well. In an outtake from the scene, Ariana Grande actually breaks character because Yeoh's commitment scared the contact lens right out of her.
She was so scared. A contact lens popped out.
My contact. I'm sorry, y'all, my contact.
Don't worry, Grande holds no grudge. Glinda, on the other hand, well, you'll just have to wait and see.
So I just turned and ran at her, literally like, this
Best
poor
moment of my life.
Number 2, capturing the title song. As great as it would be if every shooting day went perfectly according to schedule, working with the elements, especially in the UK, means Plan A sometimes gets rain-checked for Plan B.
We actually shot for good on a weather cover day, which meant that we were supposed to be shooting outside at Munchkinland, but it was raining, so we decided to come inside and do for good, so it was a surprise.
That was actually the case for capturing the song's title number for good. Given how the song has the tendency to stay like a handprint on even the iciest hearts, it sounds like perhaps that worked in their favor, as there wasn't much time to overthink it.
Because we kind of were just thrown into it.
It just had to show up.
So there was no sort of anticipatory sort of like, oh, we're going to be doing it on this day. We just sort of, well, it's the weather cover day. This is what it is. Let's be where we are.
It wasn't like it was a one-day shoot either. The leading lady shared that they filmed multiple versions, only for Chu to choose the most stripped-back, quietly devastating take of them all.
I just love that Jon went with the simplest and quietest and most honest version. Even though he covered it so many different ways, it just speaks to how incredible he is as a director. Just
completely
kind of
attuned to what is necessary to tell the story.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Jeff Goldblum goes veggie. The oppression of animals in the movie changed Goldblum for good.
After doing this movie, we talked about the animal cruelty. I stopped eating meat and poultry.
Casting Coleman Domingo. When Jon M slides into your DMs to ask you to be in the movie, you don't say no.
I just DM'd him on Instagram. I was like, hey, would you ever want to come in and do this? I know you're very busy. I'll come to you. And he was like, why the F not?
Sangria Hour. The cast apparently set up a secret sangria hour to help them cool off on a particularly warm day.
And before we could blink, someone came around the corner and was like, I've got a bottle of sangria here and some cups with ice in it if you want one. I was like, yes! Yes, please!
Wow. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Both movies were shot at once. You might have had to wait a whole year to see the story reach its grand conclusion, but Chu chose to shoot it all at once to get the bigger picture, control the pacing, and make sure they were delivering a fully fleshed out story. However, that doesn't mean it was all shot linearly.
To stay in that emotional state, that's huge.
Oh yeah, bouncing back and forth between like dancing at shiz and death.
As Chu shared, they went from the fun highs of Popular to the emotional depths of For Good practically back to back.
And that we were shooting at the same time. So one day we'd be shooting Popular, and like 2 days later we'd be shooting pieces of For Good or moments where they're way more mature. So they're
Meanwhile, Bronwyn James shared that she only knew where they were in the Wicked timeline once she'd put on her costume for the day.
It was very much like, I'm just gonna go in and like, I'll know what I'm doing by whatever costume I've got.
Well, at least we don't have to wait long to see if these decisions impacted the story for the better. Which behind-the-scenes story has you most excited for Wicked for Good? Let us know in the comments.